Alright, welcome back to another video of the Desmos Graphing Calculator series. And the last time we got into sliders just a little bit, and this video is going to be dedicated to going to a little more in depth with sliders. So let's get a clean slate here. Let's clear this off and let's start talking about sliders. So Desmos is able to recognize and create a slider for any unrecognized variable. So here we have a G and a D, which is not an X or a Y. And then down here it says add slider for G, add slider for D, and all. So I would like to add a slider for both G and D. And so there we go. They add the two sliders, and here they are. So now you see here we are pretty comfortable with the slider function just as is, okay? But I'd like you to notice here we have a play button and a play button. So before I do that, let's get a nice square viewing window. So I'm going to go from -10, all the way up to +10. Perfect. So now we got a perfect square we're looking at, and our point is, you see here, 1 and 1. So we got a point here at 1, 1. And I can, I guess, move this all around, and you see the G and the D value change. And actually, just for the sake of the video and kind of making it a little more easy to remember, we got A and B, A for Y, or A for X, excuse me, and B for Y. So again, you can take this point, you can move it around, and the values will change. But what I want to focus on here is I can hit play on my X value, and you see it going from left to right. Right there, and you see it going across the screen, and I can speed that up all the way up to 15, 20 times as fast, and you can see it's going quite fast. And this might be a little impractical example for this speed, but if you had something going across thousands and thousands of points, this could be pretty useful. So let me bring this back down to ×1, and we're going to pause it here. And great thing about sliders, you can always input a number here. So if I want to input 6, and if I want to input 2 right there, that's perfect. The next thing is we got into a little bit in the last video, excuse me. You can change the amount here, the range that it will change over. So let me go from -8 to 7 here, or to 6. Let's change that to 7, and we'll go in steps of 1 so we can stay right on those points. And then also down here, let's go from -3 to a +4. And there you go. And again, we'll do steps of 1. Actually, no, let's do steps of 1.5 just kind of for the sake of it. Okay, so we got from there it is, and from -3 to 4, and you see it's going up and down this way, and our Y value is our B, so we're changing it. And let's speed that one up a little bit, and now let's play this one. We got 2 of them going at the same time, and there it is jumping across our screen. And there's kind of how sliders work, and then you can pause one of them, you can move that to wherever you like. Perfect. And again, let's use this in a slightly different. We'll go Y is equal to let's go C. So if Y is equal to no, excuse me, not C, let's go A. And so we already have our slider up there for A. And again, let me hit play, and you can see our line is moving straight up and down, just the way it would. So sliders can be a good way for you to demonstrate different things in math with using a graph. So let's look at a kind of a practical example as to how you can use this. So if I type in here, if I say Y is equal to let's see here, X 3X. Maybe you've already talked about slope, and now you're getting into intercept, and I want to go plus, and I'll say B right there. And because we know that B is the intercept, I can put my B there. And so here my B is 1, so I have 3x plus 1. Perfect. And then again, let me hit play, and as B goes up, you can see that intercept is going to change and change and change. So again, let me hit pause here. Let me change this slider to step by 1 so we can stay on the lines, and let's go from -10 to +10, and again you can hit play, and then you can say okay, now let's slow way down here. Perfect. So when it's at 8, what do you notice? Where does that line cross the y-axis? It's at 9 now. What's changing? And then you can kind of speed it up, and they can see, it's at 9, it's at 8. Oh, look how that line is kind of changing. You can show them. So the b in y equals mx plus b changes where it crosses on the y-axis. And likewise, you could take this and say +3, and you could change this to and let's change that to an m, because again, for slope, and we'll take this out, and again let's change this, and we'll make this -5 to 5, and we'll go in 0.25 increments so you can stay on the fourths. Perfect. And so now if I hit play, and again I'll slow it down way down, you can say, all right, so as the line gets as the slope gets smaller and smaller, you can see how it gets less steep and less steep. At 0, you see it became a straight line, and then when it's negative, it flips and it starts going. It starts high and ends low, and when it's positive, it starts low and ends high. So there's kind of a practical example as a way you can demonstrate and use a slider in class, and there's many more examples that you can think of. And again, this is an intro kind of course, just kind of get you into the mindset of using Desmos in a class setting. And this is a great tool to kind of show students what affects what on a graph. So with that, I'll pause this, and actually let's go ahead and save this as our video 2 graph. Let's change this name to video 2 graph. The second video we're learning something. And even if we want to be more specific, we can say slider video graph, and then we'll hit save, and then you can see we've got video 1, video 2, and our slider video graph saved there for us to get at in the next video. So the next video we will begin to cover tables in Desmos. So with that, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, and see you soon. All right, bye.